While viewers, from wanting to ban the Bajrang Dal to promising construction of temples honouring Lord Hanuman, poll promises have come a full circle for the Congress in Karnataka. Viewers, the Congress has backtracked from its promise to impose a ban on Bajrang Dal in its manifesto for Karnataka elections. First, it was senior Congress leader and former Karnataka Chief Minister Veerappa Moily who made a U-turn to his party's poll promise, saying that there has been no proposal to ban Bajrang Dal and states do not have powers to ban outfits. Then Congress leaders D.K. Shivkumar and Priyanka Gandhi were immediately, hours into this statement that came in from one of its own, was seen visiting temples in the state to offer their prayers. But first up, let's listen in to Veerappa Moily in stark contradiction to what the promises were earlier made as far as the poll manifesto of the Congress party is concerned. Listen in.
PMF ban. ನಾವು ಬರೀ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ನಾನು ಕಾನೂನು ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಜರಂಗ ದಳವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟನೆ ಡಿ.ಕೆ. ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾದಂತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ that proposal is not before, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೆನೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇರುವ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದರ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇಂಥ ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ನೋಡಿ, ಹೇಟ್ ಪಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸು ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಇದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು. ಆದರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೋ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್. ನಾನು ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ ಎ ಲೀಡರ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೋ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಟು ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಜರಂಗ್ ದಲ್.
Well, you heard it from Veerappa Moily. Let's take it a step further and take you through these two pictures from Karnataka. D.K. Shivkumar seen offering prayers at the Lord Hanuman temple in the state, where Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was also in the meanwhile seeing offering prayers today at another temple in Vijayanagara. Now, D.K. Shivkumar has said that if the party comes to power, they will construct Hanuman statues across Taluk. Let's listen in to this big announcement coming in from D.K. Shivkumar, once again in sharp contradiction to the poll promise made and in continuation to what was said by Veerappa Moily earlier.
ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದಳದ ಭಕ್ತರು ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ನಾವು ರೂಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದಂಥ ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾದಂಥ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳಿದೆ, ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂಥ ಯೋಜನೆಯನ್ನು.
Let's listen into the BJP version. The BJP says Congress's hypocrisy stands exposed. They first made a poll promise, they couldn't live up to it later, sensing that it's not going to go down well with the voter of Karnataka.
Hypocrisy of the Congress is displayed every time during the elections. Just before the elections, the Congress party resorts to vote bank politics and their anti-Hindu rhetoric. And when they realize that it is going to cost them heavily in the polls, they start their drama of temple runs. The whole issue of banning Bajrang Dal is not just an issue of banning a particular organization. People of India and people of Karnataka have seen through this devious calculation and conspiracy of the Congress party and realizing that this is going to cost them extremely severely in the polls.
Well, let's quickly open this up with our guest joining us this evening. We have spokesperson of the BJP, Neeti Jain, along with political analyst Rohan Mitra. Mr. Rohan Mitra, in your understanding, what may have perhaps given whatever compulsions, what could be those compulsions that the Congress today, from wanting to ban Bajrang Dal, made it one of its biggest poll promises this election season in Karnataka, to now promising Hanuman temples across the state? What do you think led to this big change?
Good evening to the viewers of Times Now. Good evening. First of all, this whole concept that the Bajrang Dal and Lord Hanuman are the same, it's just deplorable. What does I've been a viewer of Times Now. I have seen immense number of times where Times Now has pulled up the Bajrang Dal for the vigilantism, the breaking of law and order, on Valentine's Day, in like normal places where people go and have a drink or dinner in Western wear. We have seen like the media pick up on Bajrang Dal activists breaking the law. So here, the Congress party, which wanted to ban the Bajrang Dal, ban the PFI.
No, but I'm not even sure if the Congress party wants to ban the Bajrang Dal. Given what Mr. Veerappa Moily has stated, it looks like the Congress is completely divided on the issue. So how does the viewer today sense this? I mean, is this some sort of a revise in their strategy? Have they sensed that this perhaps is not working out for them? What leads to Veerappa Moily saying that, look, it can't be done in the first place? We're not receiving any instructions, neither has any proposal been sent out. So what is this whole big ban that we're talking about that perhaps may not even be implemented?
No. Basically, here it says, here is a party which is taking a stand against two organizations which have broken the law.
One of whom Mr. Mitra is already banned. There's a nationwide ban on the PFI. How are we equating the two? There are terror cases against PFI workers. Some of them have been convicted in terror cases. None from the Bajrang Dal have.
That if the Congress comes to power, it is going to lift the ban on the PFI. The Congress has clearly put it in the manifesto that the ban on the PFI and it will ban the Bajrang Dal. And what Mr. Veerappa Moily is saying that the Congress state government of Karnataka will put up this in the government, and it is up to the Supreme Court and the center to take it up. So as a state government, it can pass the law. The Congress is also promising many other things. We are not talking about the interest-free loans for the farmers. We are talking about filling up 2.5 lakh government posts, regularizing 25,000 civic workers.
Okay, so it's a sincere appeal that's going out from the state government if the Congress comes to power, Niti Jain.
Why are we not talking about
Mr. Rohan Mitra is saying it's a sincere appeal that's going to go out eventually to the central government. The Congress is obviously not going to flout rules. They're going to follow due process. It's just going to be a sincere appeal. Why is it that the BJP then is linking it to polls? Why is it saying that today the Congress party has betrayed the Hindu faith, the Hindu community in Karnataka? They've sensed that there's some trouble and hence they're revising their strategy, making poll promises around temple construction, visiting temples. Why is the BJP getting that sense today?
Okay, I first of all think that this gentleman has no idea about what the Congress itself is saying. You're saying they're taking a stand. I don't see where they're taking a stand. Yesterday they came out and said, we will ban the PFI and we will ban Bajrang Dal. PFI is already banned. But in Rajasthan, you will let them go and take out a march and a rally and everything. There you are not worried about their extremism at all. Which is why this becomes specific to Karnataka, which is why it is important to raise this matter. Secondly, it is only जब संकट पड़ता है तभी संकट मोचन की याद आती है, and this is not the first time that these Chunavi Hindus have started the temple run right before the elections because they understand they have made a mistake. So I don't know what this gentleman is trying to defend at all. Their own leaders are divided on the so to say stand that they've taken. Their own leaders don't know if they're supposed to support it or they're supposed to back away from whatever has been said. The third point being the difference between the PFI and the Bajrang Dal, which I'd like to educate this gentleman is that, sir, PFI, when the NIA raids were happening at PFI, they found a document and amongst many other things, which was Mission 2047, where they wanted to turn this entire country into an Islamic state. Are you really trying to compare Bajrang Dal with an organization such as this? You may or may not agree with their ideology, but that does not mean you can put them on the same balance and say that
more so, Mr. Rohan Mitra, the BJP, several in the BJP have come out to ask this question today, that if you're so systematic with regards to how you want to deal with the PFI and you're so calculated and the strategy is in place, then what about the SDPI? We cannot delink the SDPI and the PFI in its entirety. All of us know it. It goes without saying. You have several in the Congress come out to say if the SDPI tomorrow wants to support us, how can we stop them? What explains this?
The Congress has clearly rejected the SDPI. I was listening yesterday.
No,
We were
sir,
supposed to have
your own
the Congress has,
ex-CM
ma'am, can I
has
just finish?
asked
I was
for
letting you
SDPI.
finish. The Congress
It was
has rejected the SDPI.
Gangadharaiya
My
Parameshwara who
point
had
is,
asked for
ma'am,
SDPI support. You have no idea what is
the
happening inside
Congress
of that
has
party.
rejected the SDPI. Let's put it out there. These are issues which are
Sir,
there on the
3
social
weeks
media.
back,
But on the ground, the Congress, the SDPI
Gangadharaiya
does not exist in
Parameshwara had
Karnataka.
sought for
The Congress is fighting
SDPI.
this election on its own. The Congress, getting back to the Bajrang Dal, why are we equating Bajrang Dal to Lord Hanuman? And what is the problem?
Why are you
if
equating
you're
it with
talking
the
about Lord
PFI?
Hanuman, why
Why
hasn't
are
the
you
BJP
equating
government
it
of
with the
Karnataka
PFI? Sir,
built
just
the Lord
because an
Hanuman temple in
organization is
Hampi?
pro-Hindu does not
BJP
mean
Well,
it is against everything.
There are
else.
several instances, Mr. Mitra, and while we want to get back to the Bajrang Dal debate, as far as the SDPI is concerned, several instances of admissions being made by SDPI on how certain Congress leaders have sought their support, sir, and Times Now has broken down those details, broken down those reactions, so there can't be a complete blatant denial, Mr. Mitra. I'm afraid there is a SDPI Congress link that we've managed to unearth. Whether or not it's in the know-how of the top brass, we can't quite say, but you can't completely delink it either. Niti Jain wants to come in. Hold on, Mr. Mitra, you've made your point. Let's talk about the SDPI Congress link, and then I'll back to the Bajrang debate.
So this was about three weeks back that the articles had come out. The former CM of Karnataka, Gangadharaiya Parameshwara, has sought the help of extremist SDPI. And this is in news. If you just do a very small Google search, you'll find those articles there. What are you even saying? And there have been people, Abdul Majid, who said the Congress is pressurizing SDPI candidates to remove their candidature. Then there are people who said 2018 mein hamara gathbandhan tha. SDPI had come out and said we will contest on 100 seats, and now they're contesting.
No, what about
on only
Mallikarjun
16.
Kharge,
Why is it?
the Congress chief, Mr. Mitra, saying that we're going to welcome the support of all secular parties? That's the category the Congress chief wanted to see, or perhaps put the SDPI in.
The Congress president has clearly not mentioned the SDPI. He said yesterday in your channel that he welcomes the support of any secular party. Here we are talking about SDPI.
No, you explain Gangadharaiya Parameshwara, na? You explain.
No, why should we talk about Gangadharaiya Parameshwara when we have Mr.
Why?
Manifesto
Because he's the former
who's the
CM?
who's the Congress president? Are we going to
He's not
keep
a
every
Congress
topic?
Besides the SDPI
Is he not
chief,
a Congress leader?
besides the SDPI chief, Mr. Rohan
That
Mitra has
party-
come out to say in as many words that there are
party-
certain MLAs within the Congress who are reaching out to us, who are seeking our support, and we're not quite sure. This happened a couple of weeks ago. So there are political talks back and forth that have been going on. The Congress is yet
Fair
to
enough, madam.
emerge out in as many words and state its
Who decides
position. But
what
yesterday,
happens in your
while the
Are we
SDPI
disregarding
news break
the
was being
hierarchy of
spoken
the
of,
party?
Mr. Mitra,
Are
the
we
Congress
completely
president
disregarding the
said,
hierarchy
we
of the
welcome
party?
the support of all secular parties. Now that most certainly is not Mr. Kharge laying it out in as many words that no, we're not going to take in the support of the SDPI. He could have just said it in that manner. He would have settled the debate right there.
Politics is the art of words. He's not mentioning SDPI. He can mention secular party. It is in the Constitution of India that secular parties can be taken. Their support can be taken. What is wrong there?
Okay.
He is not mentioning SDPI. He is not mentioning PFI.
Okay.
No, he has
So
actually
nobody
mentioned
from the
that
Congress has
Congress
spoken
is
of
going to
SDPI
reject the PFI.
supporting the Congress in the past. This controversy, remember, doesn't just stay limited to this election season. Last assembly elections as well. We've picked up reactions from within the Congress, within the SDPI, who spoke of how there were talks that took place between the two, perhaps some sort of an upset that led to the fallout post the results. But Niti Jain, make your point. You were saying something.
You know, this is exactly why Modi ji said कि कांग्रेस की अपनी वारंटी खत्म हो गई है, उनकी गारंटी कार्ड की कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं है, because right now this gentleman says that the Congress MLAs don't decide what happens. Sir, who decides? You're backtracking on your own manifesto. So what is the guarantee card valued at anything else? Even before the elections, you've had to take a U-turn on one important matter that you raised yesterday. What else are you going to take a U-turn on is up for the people to see and to decide on what needs to be done. Your own leaders, today you're saying your former CM does not hold any water and whatever he said does not count. But I'm not surprised because your own manifesto doesn't count anymore.
Okay, and Mr. Rohan Mitra, most certainly, we can't take
let me
Mr.
give the
Virappa
answer.
Moily easily, or you know, we
Yeah.
just can't sideline or ignore his commentary because he does play a key role. He's a former Karnataka Chief
absolutely.
Minister, a senior Congress
what
leader.
I just-
If he comes out to say, look, there's no such
I am-
communication, we've not received any such proposal,
The BJP
as it is, the state
BJP
government
spoke-
can't pass any such order. What are we to make? What is the viewer, the voter to make?
No, the viewer and the voter is supposed to concentrate on the promises of the Congress party. Here, the Congress party is
But what
talking
is the
about a very
guarantee you will not
proactive
take
development
those?
structure. We are talking about bringing in peace, bringing in
you are
prosperity,
talking
bringing in
about
development.
You
In
are
terms of social
demeaning the
inclusion,
gods, you're
here the
demeaning
BJP
Hanumanji,
has
that
been
is what
talking.
you're doing.
What has the BJP leaders been talking about in this campaign?
Okay,
There is
Mr.
no
Mitra,
talk
to
about
put it
that.
simply, the BJP is
You have been
asking,
talking about
and
riots.
they've
You
pieced
have been
this
talking
together.
about a
They've pieced this
double-engine
together.
sarkar.
Day one comes.
We have seen
Mr.
today
Mitra,
in
hold on.
Manipur what the double-engine sarkar stands for. The double-engine sarkar in Manipur
Sir,
is
do you
telling
know-
Okay, hold on, Mr. Mitra.
even
The
know how
BJP has
Right.
pieced this
That is
together.
what the double-engine sarkar talks about.
And you
The
can
double-engine
perhaps
sarkar
tell the
Karnataka
BJP
getting
today,
all money back.
since you have the platform,
Karnataka,
Mr.
which
Mitra,
is
you can
getting
tell the
24%
BJP
of
today
the
on why
money.
they should
Now,
not
under the
think
double-engine
that on
sarkar,
day
getting
one,
50%.
Mr. Mitra, hold on, please, let's not speak over each other. On day one comes the poll manifesto promising that Bajrang Dal, like the PFI, will be banned in the state of Karnataka. The next day, another Congress leader comes out to say, look, this can't happen. It's not a possibility. So what are we talking about? We've not received any such communication. Then hours into that comes, you know, these kind of pictures of DK Shivkumar also announcing that he's going to be constructing Hanuman temples, Hanuman statues across the state, and then comes the temple run of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. The BJP is linking all of this together, and I want you to perhaps explain to us as to why the BJP should not do so. That the Prime Minister came out, said that पहले राम को ताला लगा दिया, अब बजरंग बली को ताला लगाने की कोशिश की जा रही है. He says वोट जब डाल रहे हैं तो आप इसी को ध्यान में रखते हुए दीजिए कि आप कांग्रेस को जवाब दे रहे हैं. Is it that it's somehow not worked out for the Congress is why they're now resorting to this kind of a strategy? The BJP is asking this, so you can perhaps quickly respond to why they're saying this.
That's fair. That's fair. The BJP, that's the point you have just made. The Prime Minister has been talking about all this. He hasn't given any development promises for the
you listened to any of the
Karnataka.
speeches
Please,
made by
let
Modi
me
ji
speak.
or
Let me speak.
Nadda ji
Please, let me speak.
or
No,
Amit Shah
I'm not
ji?
even talking over.
Let him quickly make his point. I'll come to you. I'll come to you in just a minute. Go
What
ahead.
is your problem? Why can't you just wait? I let you speak. Why can't
Go
you
ahead,
let me
Mr. Mitra. Please
The
make your
question is
point.
to me.
Hold on. Please.
Why are you going on? This is basic courtesy you can extend to the person, yeah?
Okay.
Well, I'm allowing you to
Please
speak.
go
The
ahead.
Prime-
Go
the
ahead,
question
Mr.
was-
Mitra. Make your
The
point.
Prime Minister in his speeches has been talking about against the temple, against everything the Congress stands for Bajrang Bali. Let me just put it. The Congress leaders have been going to temples. It's nothing new. It's known to us. It's known to everybody. The temple runs, building temples is not the only initiative that the voter of Karnataka wants. The Karnataka voter wants getting rid of corruption, getting more development into the state. Why are we not talking about this? The whole narrative since the manifesto has come out is about banning the Bajrang Dal and equating it to the Lord Hanuman. I reject.
Okay. So you
Bajrang
can
Dal
have
and Lord
Hanuman
Hanuman.
bhakts, you can have Bajrang Bali bhakts
How can you
even
have
outside the
Bajrang Bali
Bajrang
and
Dal.
Lord-
Niti
Bajrang
Jain,
Dal as a
even
thing?
outside the Bajrang Dal, several in the Congress are allowed to follow Lord Hanuman. Why bring in this comparison, Niti?
The comparison is being brought in by them, and my problem, sir, is that your own manifesto that you haven't probably read, or your lack of knowledge about the Congress party, you have not listened to what Modi ji has been talking about, what Nadda ji has been talking about, what Amit Shah ji has been talking about, because all they have been talking about was the development agenda, what they have done in the last 5 years and what they intend to do in the next 5 years. In the launch of our manifesto, we talked in detail about what the development agenda was. These are your issues. If you are going to equate...
Okay, if you're backtracking
PFI
on
and
the poll
Bajrang
promises
Dal,
that you've
These
made,
are
this
not
is what
the
you
questions
you're not
you
even
asked
voted to
me.
power as yet, Rohan
You-
Mitra. The Congress is still not in power. Poll promises made. Certain now backtracking already, saying
That-
कि ये तो
that
मतलब
is-
poll
that
promise
is our
था ही नहीं,
agenda.
ये तो you can't meet this promise. This promise stands
आप
invalid.
खुद
But
मंदिर बनाने खड़े
hold
होते
on.
हो,
Let's
आप
talk
बोल
about
रहे हो
this
मंदिर
clear
is
divide
not
that's
an issue,
emerging.
you
Niti
are
Jain, Rohan
yourself-
Mitra, I played a reaction of Virappa Moily. Why this is important is because here's what Pawan Kheda had said. He goes on to maintain that yes, we will very much ban the Bajrang Dal. We will take stringent actions against any radical organization, is what he said. Listen in.
No, proposal will not come to a party. Proposal will come to the government whenever the government is formed, right? So I don't see why you are trying to look for a contradiction here. Our manifesto is very clear. I mean, I can only read English, so I can tell you in English. Individuals and organizations, if they are found violating the law of the land and the constitution, will be dealt with sternly, including a ban in case required. So, where is the contradiction? If these organizations or any other organization or any individual is found wanting in terms of following the law, adhering to the law of the land, of course action will be taken. Would it be taken?
So that's why it's interesting. One is going back on your poll promise. Second is, of course, whether or not questions being asked on whether or not there were any sort of discussions that took place within the Congress before reaching this conclusion of wanting to ban the likes of Bajrang Dal. Let's see how this plays out. Neeti Jain, Rohan Mitra, lots to discuss in this edition. Stay on with us. We need to head into a very short break. We'll be right back.